Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about boundaries, and we're also going to be tidying this table. It was ridiculous. So this is the dining room in our house. We normally call it the green room because at the time we weren't sure what we were going to use each room for, and I thought the dining room sounded a bit posh. I think the green room probably sounds a bit more pretentious, but hey ho. This is my sewing table. As you can see, it is an absolute guddle. There's been stuff dumped on here for I don't know how long, and it's just a bit of a crazy mess. This table was specially made for me to use as a sewing table. We cut out a space for the sewing machine to sit in nicely and painted it and all sorts. We did this so that I could have my own personal space in the house for my projects without having to move them every time we had our lunch or dinner, whatever. However, it is always attracting things like a giant FlyLady hotspot. There's always stuff being dumped here. And we've been very good at keeping the dining table tidy for a good while now, but the sewing table just seems to be eluding me. I don't know if it's because we don't have proper systems in place for paper or for things that just need dealt with. I don't know. The dining table used to gather clutter like this all the time. There was always an island of things in the middle of it, until I just had enough of cleaning around it. There are studies showing that visual clutter equals stress, and because we use this table every single day, 3 times a day, you'd be staring at the clutter constantly, and it was just a constant reminder of things not done, things not dealt with, and it just wasn't very pleasant. So once we decided that we would only have one thing on the dining table, and that's that, then it became a lot easier to keep it clear. It's not much fun for us or for the kids if every time they say, "Mommy, can I do some painting?" or "Mommy, can we do this craft?" and we just have to spend 10 minutes tidying first of all. It's no fun. Which brings me back to my sewing table. I think that part of the reason it's always a mess is because of poor boundaries on my part. If the kids ask, "Mommy, where does this go?" and I don't know, I say, "Put it on my table." If it's something that comes in the post, it goes on my table. If it's toys lazily tidied by the kids, it's on my table. If it's something that needs fixed, it's on my table. Ugh. It just becomes a no man's land of things that no one knows what to do with, or things that we don't want to deal with. This is not sustainable. It's almost symbolic of my life in a way. I pile on things to do, I procrastinate, I'm indecisive, and it leaves no space for fun or creative pursuits. It's not fun spending 20 minutes of free time tidying for 15 of them. It's easier to just go on your phone and spend those 20 minutes on social media rather than thinking about tidying and organising and trying to figure out what to do when you do have free time. If we are serious about being good stewards of our time and belongings, and that's something that's very important to us, if we're serious about living simply and intentionally, then we need to get to the root of all this indecision, busyness, and procrastination. Is it because we feel we have no value if we're not doing something, quote, useful all the time? Do we feel guilty taking time for ourselves, so we subconsciously make it impossible? I think that's what I do a lot of the time. Do we make mountains out of molehills, like something that needs repaired and it takes 2 minutes, but you leave it for 2 weeks? Do we have a low opinion of ourselves and think that we're just not worth spending the time on doing something nice? I mean, one of the fundamental things about FlyLady is learning to love yourself. And I know it sounds a bit weird, but if we do not respect ourselves, then it's much harder for us to even respect other people, and for other people to respect us and respect our space. If we do not respect our own space, then other people are not likely to. It's definitely something that we need to think about and take action on. Putting ourselves last all the time because of poor boundaries is a recipe for resentment, and that's no way to create a loving atmosphere in our home. And I think we'll all agree that that's what we want. At the end of the day, we want a loving, happy atmosphere in our home. We want it to be a space where people feel accepted and loved, and where they don't have to prove themselves worthy of being loved all the time. Because as Christians, there's nothing that we can do to make ourselves worthy of Christ's sacrifice for us. Absolutely nothing. And we should be showing that grace to other people as well. We should be showing that grace to ourselves in a way. We can't do everything. We can't be everything to everyone all the time. It's just impossible. And we were never meant to do that. I know that I want to create a home where people feel safe and valued, and where they are free to be creative and to express their opinions and to just have fun, where they feel that they can just be themselves. I know that's something that I appreciated growing up with my parents. There are projects on this table from the middle of lockdown, sort of around May time, and a lot of them have just been frozen since then, basically. It'd be good to get round to finally finishing some of them, like that black spotted pinafore, some t-shirts for the kids, and shorts for my eldest son. The thing is, even though I guilt trip myself on spending time doing creative things sometimes, most of the things I do are useful things, like making clothes for the kids, or quilting, or things that will be used rather than just decorative things. And don't get me wrong, decorative things definitely have their place. I think it's just evidence that we can skew anything into a guilt trip if our mind is set that way. Here's a reminder of what the table looked like before, just full of things, and now finally all clear. This is so much better. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos like this on creative and simple living, please subscribe and leave me a comment on why you think a creative space is getting such a mess. Bye!